What? Never seen a guy change clothes in Central Park?
Okay. How's it looking?
Whoa.
Fan-freaking-tastic. I mean, come on, look at this. Are you looking? Because if you were looking, you should be seeing the exact same thing. Look, I was a huge fan of Spider-Man on the PS4, and this game just ramps it up to another degree. Being about 5 hours into the game, my experience has been top-notch, with just maybe one or two small complaints. Spider-Man Miles Morales takes place shortly after the events of the first Spider-Man. Sadly, Miles is living under the shadow of the original Spider-Man, and he's craving for a way to show that he is Spider-Man also. Well, shortly after helping him with a convict convoy, Peter heads off on vacation and leaves Miles in charge. And wouldn't you know it, all hell breaks loose shortly after he's gone. Introducing a new criminal to the Harlem area, the Underground, Miles must take on the Tinker and discover a deeper plan laid out by the Roxxon Corp. On top of all this, Miles is slowly discovering how difficult it can be to balance the superhero with normal everyday living. Overall, the story has some pretty notable twists, and it does them very well. There are a few times the story does feel a bit rushed. We don't have quite as much time to get to know the side characters as much as I would have loved. I wanted to get to know Finn, I wanted to get to know Genki, and even his mom. Give me a bit more time with these characters. I want to love them so I can get attached to them. So when hell does break loose, I start having those emotional ties to them. I almost wish the game was a bit longer, to 8 to 10 hours. From what I could build up, it seems like this is more like a 6 to 8. And it would help build these characters up just a little bit more, but I do understand why. When it comes to gameplay, it does play very similar to Spider-Man 2018. Playing as Miles, swinging around the city, helping stop crimes, doing side quests, all for the people in the Harlem area, and overall, beating up baddies. Swinging from building to building, doing tricks and flips, and free falling is so satisfying. Honestly, I hardly see a need for the fast travel because of how much fun it is to swing from place to place. Being able to check who needs help quickly from the app is a great option. It quickly allows you to go from quest to quest effortlessly. Combat is a solid chaotic mess, in a very good way, don't get me wrong. Jumping and punching from guy to guy, using a handful of gadgets and picking out different suits to fit the upcoming fight is all great. I feel like the upgrade system is fair, fun, and makes me look forward to doing other side quests to save up points and cash them in for different suit upgrades, different suits, and overall just a better time. Now as the story progresses, Miles does get some new superpowers, from a conductive force punch they call Venom, invisibility, to this AoE charged attack. And it allows the gameplay elements to shift up just a little bit, that you do get some options and a little more finesse in attacking mobs of enemies and taking them down a little bit quicker. Graphically speaking, the game is gorgeous, amazing. The reflections while swinging around the city are otherworldly. It feels so great and engrosses you into this whole city, and especially in the details in Harlem. Now, I will say that the original Spider-Man gave me just as amazing feelings as well, but Miles Morales, the colors used on graffiti, the busy streets, snow falling, and the smooth transitions all make this game feel next gen. Or I guess current gen now. Character models are great looking, have really solid voice syncing and details in their facial structures.
Ay, bendito. Mi hijo. Qué guapo.
Gracias, mami.
I invited a guest tonight. Can you get the apartment ready? Oh, maybe put on some music, set the mood? Ah, Naja.
Really? Your campaign manager on Christmas Eve?
Well, tomorrow's rally isn't going to plan itself. Thanks for getting the apartment ready, mijo.
City buildings felt lifelike, and shimmering windows running up them was so satisfying. Sound effects went on point along with the lighting around the city. All the voice actors and actresses were A+ in my book. Everyone's lines were delivered with emotion and weight. It made you love the characters even more. When Miles' mom talked to him, you could feel that motherly connection going on there. It was endearing. Sound effects during fights were on point, punches sounded like they had weight to them, and the same with explosions. Heck, the sound of web slinging was spot on awesome. Oh, And the soundtrack is freaking good. Top notch on this. And a side note, they no longer claim the tracks on YouTube. So even better. To kind of wrap things up with a pretty bow, it did feel like this was originally DLC stories planned for the PS4 version. Something similar to the infamous First Light. They did build it out to fit a $40 price tag, which inflated to the $50 price tag. I am a slight bit sour on this, but honestly the game took the already amazing title Spider-Man and built on it. Amazing story, amazing cast, breathtaking world. And while I wish they took a tad bit longer to build out a few more emotions and connections to the new cast, I can accept the length, even though I just want more of it. So that wraps up my first impressions for Spider-Man Miles Morales on the PlayStation 5. If you'd like to see some gameplay footage, click the link to your left. That'll take you to the running playlist with commentary. And if you like what you see and you want to see some more, click the link to your right. That'll take you to the channel itself where I have tons of videos going on over there. Until next time, you guys, stay frosty.